Hi, I'm Helen Collier and I'm a money coach, and I've got some tips for you if you want to think about your money. One of the first things I'd actually say is to forgive yourself, because we all learn what we learn about money, and we learn so much of it by chance that you're likely to be feeling, sort of anxious, concerned, worried, ashamed about how you handle your money. And actually that's okay. You've been doing the best that you can do. So my first tip is actually just forgive yourself. You've now got an opportunity to learn and change things. So take it. Tip 2. Notice what you tell yourself about money, because it actually might not be true and it might affect what you do in relation to your money. I'll give you an example of this. When I was doing my training as a money coach and I had to look at my own processes, I realised that I had a thing that I often said to myself, and that was, I don't deserve this. And I was taught to think, well, is that true? And I thought about it. Well, yeah, I think it's true. Then I thought, well, actually, no, maybe it's not true. I don't deserve this. Maybe I just think that. And then the next question I was asked was, how does that serve you? How do you benefit from believing that thought? And I really thought, I don't actually believe it at all, because it just gives me strife. It just means that I can't enjoy anything, because all the time I'm thinking, I don't deserve this, I shouldn't have it, I've got more than somebody else, or those sorts of things. So I felt a lot of tension around it. Then the next question, which is a really interesting one, was, where would you be without that thought? And when I thought about it, I thought, I'd be really relieved if I couldn't think that thought, if I couldn't think that I had to deserve it. And that actually felt really quite nice. I thought, oh yeah, I wish I didn't think that. And the next part of that is to think, well, okay, what would a better thought be? And for me, I worked out that a better thought would be, I've got this. And that's really good. I really appreciate it. So I really shifted, and actually from that moment, I won't say I don't flick back into it, from that moment it did actually feel, it's actually okay to have things, that's all right. And actually why not appreciate them rather than stress about them? So that's my tip. Be conscious of what you think about money and ask yourself, is it true? Is it absolutely true? How does that help you? How does having that thought help you? How would it be if you couldn't think that thought at all? And then what would a better, more productive thought be? Try it. Tip 3, and this is particularly for people who are in couples, is learn to communicate about money. So you may well recognise a scene like this that says something like, oh, I've just looked at the bank account and we've got, we're really running short of money, and you've gone and bought that thing again, and I'm getting really fed up with this, and what on earth were you thinking of doing that? Why did you go and spend that money? You may have similar things in your relationship. I know I've done those things. Compare it to this, which is a complete rewrite of the way of thinking about it. I'm feeling really anxious about our money at the moment, and I need to feel like we've got more control over it. Can we talk about it? That will get a very different response from your partner than the first one that'll just cause, I guess, a kind of argument. Whereas the second one, you're saying what you feel, stating what you need, and making a request. Can we talk about it? That makes it clearer. Takes practice, but is possible to do. Tip 4, after the other tips, is just breathe. If you find you're getting triggered about money, if your partner said something and your heckles have risen, or if you've seen something in your bank account and you've got scared or frightened, or whatever that might be, just breathe. Just relax. Take in 5 deep breaths and let them out. And what that will do is help you actually to get back in a more rational place, so you're not acting from a place of lots of feeling and emotion. You're actually a lot calmer and you'll be able to see the situation better. So I would really advise breathing. It really helps.